It's your favorite Compas, and we are back with another edition of Compas on the Beat. On this episode, we have our quick recap of Monday Night Football matchup between the Raiders and the Packers, plus our takeaways from Week 5. We also have our usual weekly segments of Burial of the Week, picking five NFL games with Kirk the One-Eyed Cat. And this week on Avocado Roast, we pick our favorite Robert De Niro movies. I know what you're thinking, Gilbert. I know you're excited about that, but I gotta know I'm always watching you, Gilbert. I'm gonna watch you ask the question for our viewers and or listeners.
Okay, I can't do the look anymore, but I wish I had the cat like from Meet the Fockers. There you go, Gaylord. There you
You have
go.
a cat right there. Go grab
I
one.
know, but he's somewhere there sleeping. I don't want to wake him up. But I
Yesterday
do
he was
have
right in your crawling
get
right
over
up.
here. You need it for once, and but yeah, it's the intro. I'm gonna give you a story about a cat later, but it's time for the engagement question of the week. And it's a football question. I wanted to ask you a Halloween question, but I'll wait for that. But there are two
You're
undefeated.
really jumpy for Halloween.
I am. I don't know why, but two undefeated teams, Fernando. There's two. You got that? They're both 5-0. One place. No, well, one is from the 49ers. This is the worst intro, but it's okay. One plays in California. There you go. San Francisco 49ers. And the other one does not play in Texas. They play in Philadelphia, the Eagles. So give me in the comments which undefeated team is the best right now in football. Is it the Eagles or the 49ers? If you're on audio, and if you are, cool. Give us a rating, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and then get over to YouTube and leave a comment which undefeated team is the best in the NFL right now.
There's someone that can save us right now. It is Dan and Daygo. Save us, Dan and Daygo. Give us that good old promo that we know you can cut.
Welcome all to another glorious Wednesday. You already know what it is. I know what you're thinking. You're saying, I know that voice. I know who that is. I know what program he's on. You're thinking to yourself, it's Dan and Daygo. Yeah, you are absolutely right. Because not only is today Wednesday, not only is today one day closer to the weekend, not only is it hump day, but it is the day your favorite program, Compas on the Beat, drops a new episode. You already know what it is. You already know what we're getting into. We're getting into all the week's takeaways from the NFL. Shout out, we get into it. We got our power rankings, which I'm sure is going to piss off a lot of people, but shout out to all you for listening. Make sure you get in those comments. Let that stooge, that scumbag, know how wrong he is and how much of a curse he is to everyone's favorite team. Shout out to all of you. We also get into our avocado roast, our burials, what. You already know we do it all here. So shout out for all you for making the right decision on your Wednesday and tuning into the program. But anyway, I know what you're all telling me. Enough of the dilly-dally, Dan and Daygo. Let's get with the program. So all the way from across the hallway, play the music, Nando.
Welcome to Compas on the Beat. I'm Fernando Ramirez. I cover the Chargers for the Sporting Tribune. With me, as always, my co-host, my tag team partner, Gilbert Manzano, covers the NFL for Sports Illustrated. What's up, bro?
What's up, Fernando? I know I already told you on the Monday live, Lunes lives with the Compas, but another reminder, and Dan will jump on a bit. I hung out with Jason Kelsey. How about that?
That is not what Dan wants to talk to you about. There's some other topics.
Oh,
he
yeah,
wants to
yeah,
talk to you
yeah.
about. So I'm sure he's very excited about that. So you know what? Let's not waste any time. Let us. By the way, the certain person that saw the live yesterday, today I saw him and he's like, "I appreciate the shout out." I'm like, "That's because I love you, guy. You're a good one." So
Maybe
everybody
do
was
a
talking
name
about,
drop next time.
by the way, everybody was talking about your story today at practice.
Which one? AJ Brown?
Yeah. They're like, "How does that happen?" I'm like, "Why?" You know what's funny? I actually read somewhere that at WrestleMania, some fans had made their way down to the
SoFi?
yeah, and we're just walking around
huh?
and stuff. Yeah, I know. I'm like, why didn't Gilbert and I do that? We could have. Hey, Becky, what would you think about the win? And Cody Rhodes? I know it wasn't a good, it wasn't a victory, but the crowd was behind you. What's up? But obviously, we're not like that. We follow the rules. I guess for good or for bad, whatever you want to take it as. But all right, let's bring in the guys and see what's up with them. That's my bad. How you doing,
Come on, Fernando.
I'm doing good. I thought you were gonna take care of it. That's on me.
Yeah, no, that was on me too. Yeah, no, my bad. That I was like, oh wait, I was like, whoops. I went back. Nice weekend.
Yes, got to go and watch The Creator, movie about a future themed. It was really good. I really enjoyed it. What the shocking part about that movie was they only spent 80 million to make it, and it looked like one of those Star Wars and Marvel movies with some of the visuals that they have. But good weekend, guys. Glad to be back on here.
You know, it's funny, Gilbert. Your former coworker asked me today. Elliot, he was like, "Do you still go to the movies?" I'm like, "Look, I'm like, I don't know if I'm for this generation of movies. Like, wow, I was like, if it's not raunchy like American Pie, some of these movies like that really they really hit the button. I'm like, I'm not really into all that." He's like, "What about superhero movies?" I was like, "No, I'll go watch that." I'm like, "But some of the movies today, not the same." He's like, "Yeah, I haven't been to the movies in a long time." I'm like, "It's just not the same." And then he's like, "Yep, I completely agree."
Get off
with
my
that.
lawn, Fernando. You're one of those old guys.
Oh, you want to talk about get off my lawn?
Oh, the oldest soul in the world.
Here we go. Cut the music, Frown. I am fired up today. I might have gone 1-4 with these stupid picks. I was 4-0 over this weekend, Frown. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
I'm ready for my takeaways right here, right now. First off, Mr.
Can you just say hello?
Mr. I can't. Boom! Like the Old West. I'm ready. I'm about to empty this out. First off, Mr. Stooge. Actually, I went 5-0, I think, Bimbo.
Yeah, I think you did.
I think I went 5-0.
I think
5-0. Ready? Run first quarterbacks do not last, and guess who's hurt? The Stooge boy once again. Absolute curse. Once again, Dan and Daygo playing 8D chess. Boom.
Who's
First,
the Stooge boy, by the way?
Second, 2-0. I told you the Bills are freaking frauds. Bada boom, bada bing. Get them the hell out of London. They freaking repelled them. No, I can't. I couldn't think of one. Maybe the French.
Go to the third. Come on.
Either way, they got them the hell out of there. So don't you worry about that. All right. That's 2-0 right there. Losing to who's Jags? That's right. Your boys, Jags. 3-0. Oh, piss. I ran out of it. What was it? What was it, Frown? We spent all weekend talking about this.
Lamar
Cowboys got their ass.
Oh, that's right. That's right. You're a freaking boy. You always try and hype up Lamar Jackson. Guess who he lost to? Kenny freaking Pickett.
Hey, wide receivers dropped the ball. I want to give you a pass.
You hear that, Frown? Did you hear that? Now we're
Give
playing
me a
wide
pass.
receivers.
Number 4.
Receivers.
The
Now
Chiefs
we're playing
got
wide
bailed out at the
receivers.
end of the game again.
The Chiefs won, though.
I deal with enough of that crap on a Sunday. Number 4.
Chiefs got bailed out.
Oh, that's right. They don't look too good. Gilberto, you're going to cry.
They won. They're 4-1.
You're going to shed that tear. You're going to shed that
cares?
tear. There was a 15-yarder that was missed because he took off his helmet. But, of course, Papa Goodell said, "Oh, don't worry, son. I got you. No penalty here, Mr. Official." And here's the 5-0 and the bell of the ball.
The Chiefs was a reach, and the Raiders won.
I told you,
reaches.
Your Cowboys were frauds. Don't even call me Dan and Daygo anymore, Frown. Call me Nostradamus. That's my new name from now on. I am undefeated this weekend.
You're lucky the Chargers didn't play this week, so you had a perfect weekend.
You hear them? You hear them about the – what about the Chargers? I don't know how many more times I have to tell you this. What about him? What about him? He's angry. He's upset.
All right, enjoy.
Undefeated.
I will give you the running quarterbacks being injured. I'll give you the Cowboys, and I'll give you the Jaguars. The other two are reaches. Come on, man.
No.
As Penny called on Sauce Gardner was a 50-50. That's all I'm gonna say. It was a rough one. Now I saw the interview that Pat did. He was like, Sauce was grabbing him at 15 yards. Then I seen what Sauce said. I only grabbed him at 7. The receiver ran into me. It was a 50-50. When the game on the line, you gotta let the players play. It's a good game. It's a good game because
How he's switching sides, huh?
they got saved like that last year for real though, and the Eagles in the Super Bowl for real though.
Now
If we been
that's
for
what we
real,
call-
then they come back and get saved in the Jets game. Man, maybe because Taylor Swift was in the building. I don't know what's going on, but
You know what we call that, Gilberto, over here in the poli-sci game? That's what we call a whistleblower. He was in it, so he knows that they get saved. Now he's over here blowing the whistle on everything. Shout out to the cheetah, dude. You see what I'm saying? I'm not crazy. I know a thing or two because I've seen a thing or two. Shout out to
You
friggin'
might
State
know
Farm or
something.
whatever.
You are employed as a
commercial.
coach for football.
What
so.
more do we need? I already got all the facts. I got the facts on the World Cup. I got the facts on these Super Bowls. Nobody wants to listen, but that's all right.
Dan, let me ask you. Gilbert obviously got to cover it over the weekend, but you're okay with the brotherly shove or the tush push or whatever you want to call it? You're okay with that, right? Like that shouldn't be illegal.
I don't know who wants to make it illegal. If you like, it's soft to me. That's just a well-designed QB sneak. You got to stop it. Freaking submarine the offensive lineman, and that's how you're going to stop that right away because they can't move forward. Stop complaining about it, dude. Freaking adjust to it. That's what this is all about. Stop complaining.
I think we all agree with that, right? Might be the one thing we all agree on.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do. I agree with that. It is a football play. I know a lot of people are saying that it's a rugby play. It's
Who
not.
cares?
It's and the way I think part of the reason why people are upset about this is because as Nick Sirianni talked in the press conference, the other teams can't stop it. I mean, they can't run it as well as they run it. And so, that's part of the reason is because that's why they want to get rid of it. And I think, look, as long as you have someone like Jalen Hurts and you have that offensive line, not everybody has that offensive line. Not everybody has Jalen Hurts.
Yep.
And one of the things I every time this happens, it's like whenever you have a good play, like I remember the Raiders did that. The Wildcat. Then you had the Raiders do that the little kick off the little tee last year.
Oh, yeah.
They got rid of it because once a team gets an advantage, it's like, well, you have an advantage over everybody. I was like, well, then run the same thing. You should be able to run it yourself. If you're successful, continue to do it. But
Lately, everybody's been trying to run the tush push and they just can't do it.
The thing that's stupid too is what they used to do before. They would just go heavy single back. They would tell the back, push the quarterback. It's the same thing. The only difference is, oh yeah, look, that guy's offsides 100%. Now the only difference is now they have three guys back there. Still same amount of guys on the line of scrimmage.
Look at that. That's an art form.
Have you seen it in the high school game yet, Dan?
Yeah, we used it the other night.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, it originated from college, actually, from what I was
their left tackle is a former rugby player, and he said, dude, it's not rugby. Like, and it's not. It's in rugby, you hug each other and you kind of do this thing where you move the pile. Here, they're all exactly.
It's soft, dude. Just freaking defeat it. That's how you'll get rid of it. You know what I'm waiting for? Seriously, I'm waiting for the freaking fake push fade. That when they do play action off of that, that's going to be insane. He's going to be wide ass.
And I think that's what you're going to see because I think, and we'll get to it because that'll be one of my takeaways from after watching the Eagles, which I know they're 5-0, and I see there's a couple of problems with that team. But one of the things that you're going to see a lot from this team is they're going to run the ball, try to get about 7 yards, and then you're going to see in the third and fourth down run the tush push or the brotherly shove, and that's how they're going to win games. And they're probably, right now the big thing for them is they're trying to stay ahead of the 49ers because they want to make sure they get that home field advantage because and they have and it's crazy to think about this, guys, but the NFC West might be a better division than the NFC East, so that's somewhere where they can take advantage of. So that's another thing.
The Commanders suck, and the Cowboys are pretenders. I'm already admitting that. So
that was another one that you forgot.
Huh?
What, the Cowboys?
Dan, that's 6.
No, that was the 5th one. The Cowboys were the 5th.
Oh, the 5th. My bad.
You can't count Bill Belichick getting his ass whooped again. So
who are you talking about?
Bill Belichick. He's not the GOAT.
Hey, did you see that name that he was at McDonald's after the game?
Huh?
Did you see that picture circulating that he was at McDonald's after the game?
Bill Belichick?
Yeah, there's like a picture circulating
Wow.
of him
You
being
know,
at
you know what? You know
a beat
what?
down
I will
and he goes
give you
gets a burger.
Yeah.
I will give you this. Here's a hot take. I think it's time for a split in New England. I think Belichick
Oh.
needs a change of scenery
Dance
because
come around.
clearly, whatever he's doing with Mac Jones has not worked. I think Robert Kraft has some serious soul searching to do this offseason. So I think it's time for a change in scenery there. Honestly,
You
we
know
might
what?
as well get to our week 5 takeaways because I think
I started.
I
Started
kind of want to talk about this because this is there we go.
What a goat. That's why he's the goat, dude. That's why he's
By the
goat.
way, Gilbert,
Just
let me
blue
ask you real
collar.
quick before we move on to what Vic said. Bill Simmons came out and he said that there's only 2 teams that he could see Bill Belichick coaching next year, and it's the
I
Chargers
was gonna talk about this,
or
but go
the
ahead.
Commanders. My bad.
Yeah, no, it's good.
Though obviously you and I
bring
have
the
both covered that first one. I just don't see. Wow, that's the first time anybody's ever seen your eyes.
Gonna bring the goat. That's what happens when you talk about the goat.
Imagine
I would be very surprised because
he's about to be in his 80s.
no, not well, yeah,
What'd
but
he
he just broke up. He's not gonna want to go to his real life. He broke up with his girlfriend. He's a single guy. He comes out to LA.
He's like 70 something, right? He's like 73.
Yeah,
74.
he's
No, he's younger. Remember,
He
Pete
looked
Carroll is
old.
the oldest. Is 72.
So he's got to be like 69, 70.
Yeah.
Like, do you want to go
he's,
through another?
He's 71 years old.
Okay,
Yeah.
I guess if the Chargers look like they're ready to be a Super Bowl team, and they kind of like go a little further in the playoffs, and
That means-
they're ready to go, maybe.
That to me means Tom Telesco's out, and obviously
Oh
Brandon
yeah,
Staley's
for
out.
sure. Like,
But-
he
and that
was
means
out of
that-
control.
And that means that the Spanos family would have to do something that they've never done, which is give a coach full control, which would be interesting. Because I mean, I've seen his name. Obviously, I saw, but obviously, nothing's happened yet. But it's just like it's the same rumors as Sean Payton last year circulating. But I've seen Jim Harbaugh's name also, which I'm like, another one you have to give full control to.
Tired of Jim Harbaugh, but go ahead, Victor.
Yeah.
Your third one.
I was just gonna
What about the
say
Commanders?
I'm gonna start off with Bill Belichick, Andy Reid, and Mike Tomlin. It seems like everybody wants to get rid of these coaches and like forget about all the things that they've done for those franchises. Whether it's been Bill Belichick, 20 years of success with the Patriots, it's like, okay, we're done with you. You need to go away. Same thing with Andy Reid has been better, but nobody talks about him. And then Mike Tomlin, same thing. It's like I saw something on the Pat McAfee show where somebody was talking about all how bad he's been in playoff games and how he beat all these terrible quarterbacks, and he only won a Super Bowl because in his first or second year with players from Bill Cowher. Like none of these coaches get the respect that they deserve for some reason, and then. You see it. I see it a lot with the new coaches like Mike McDaniel, Kyle Shanahan, Sean McVay. I understand they're innovative and they're great, but they still haven't won Super Bowl. Outside of Sean McVay, he's only won one Super Bowl, and yet who says it on here? Who says we crown them? We're crowning them before they even do anything, and that's Dan and Daygo. He's right. And then the other thing that I was going to talk about was. If you are gonna get let go of Bill Belichick, the right spot is with the Chargers. You know what you can get out of him. He's really good at turning good teams and being the key to be able to coach a team that's ready to go. As you can see with what he has in New England, that was him who made the Mac Jones, but at the same time, if you look at their draft history, they've done really well. Like they got Jimmy Garoppolo, they got Tom Brady. They've been able to get quarterbacks. It's just with Mac Jones it didn't work out, and it happens sometimes. But if you get the right talent and if he comes here to LA and they give him the keys, you're in a good position. But as you guys talked about, I just don't see the Spanos being able to do that. But I really would, if that ends up happening where the Chargers move on from Brandon Staley, he would be the perfect guy for that.
He would faint.
Tell him.
But you know what else he does too? He takes your scraps, players that nobody liked, and he turns them into good play. I mean, Kyle Van Noy. Kyle Van Noy was a guy that out of Detroit didn't want him anymore. the Patriots are like, we'll take him, boom, and then they turn him into a star. They've done that.
You guys are talking about the past. It's been 3 years. Like, what has he done? Like, can you name
Are
a
you
star player on
serious?
offense that he's gotten and groomed? Like, there's nobody offensively on that
Rob
team.
Gronkowski, Aaron Hernandez.
I'm talking about the last 3 years. He has not developed anybody. He's not chosen somebody properly on
No,
offense.
but what
Like,
Vic is,
I
no,
think
but that's why
I think
Vic
he's
is
lost
saying,
it a little bit. Like, he's
no,
not
but
the same
no,
guy.
what Vic is saying, well, that's because you don't have a general like Tom Brady to say, hey guys, look, I'm taking a
That's
pay
the thing.
cut.
Like,
I'm
Brady
doing this, I'm
matters.
Well,
doing that.
that's
Yeah, but that's what Vic is saying. He's like,
Yeah.
if he comes to the Chargers, they're already ready to go. They just need somebody who's going to be a hard ass. He's going to do this, and he's going to be
Exactly.
like, look, let's go out there, let's bust our asses, and we can win a Super Bowl. We just need you guys to here.
know.
You're not asking him to come in and be like, okay, we need you to draft really well. We need you to sign great free agents. No, the Chargers basically have their core there. It's just him coming in. That's what I understand from what Vic is
Yep.
saying. Like the Commanders,
But what have you seen from offensively from the coaches? Bill O'Brien's supposed to save this offense. You've seen nothing, and I'm like, all his decisions in the last 3 years are very concerning. And for just to say, oh, he got 6 Super Bowls, he's gonna fix the Chargers. I just don't see it. And the Commanders, like you said,
I
it's a
think
whole different story.
He's taken the two teams that we're talking about, or that I said, and he's just pointing out that he would rather, like, if he was him, he would go to the Chargers because they have the quarterback. They have like Bill Belichick with that defensive core that the Chargers have. I feel like he could do a lot more with those weapons, with the defensive weapons. But I agree with what you're saying, and that's been my message these last 3 years too. Is that on the offense, because he started off as an offensive guy. He was an offensive line coach, worked his way up, and then he switched over to defense. I agree with what you're saying. I'm just saying from what Vic is saying, that's what he's saying is that from the two teams, the Chargers seem like they're already ready kind of to rock.
And
I get it, but
let me add one more thing, Gilbert, before you make your point. And I'll say this, is that part of the problem with Bill Belichick the last 3 years is that he still believes that he's trying to run the team like if though he had Tom Brady, and that doesn't work. That's part of the problem. Now, think of what Phil Jackson did with the Chicago Bulls, and then what he did with the Lakers. Now, how you put Phil Jackson with the rebuilding team, which is what you have right now with Bill Belichick, it wasn't going to work. He's a ready-made coach. You put him in with players that are ready to win. That's the missing key. Remember, those Lakers teams were waiting for that coach like Phil Jackson. This is what the Chargers would be getting. They would in Bill Belichick, but that's just my opinion, Gilbert.
I just don't like. Obviously, we're talking about like a what if in a situation. You're picking between two teams, definitely not the Commanders, because I am very concerned with Bill Belichick's eye for drafting now and developing talent offensively. Defense, he has it down, but Matthew Judon was a free agent signing. He has a couple other guys there. Christian Gonzalez was great, but like he's just not enough talent. Like I think Fernando, you said like he's still stuck in his way with the Brady thing. Like when you have Brady, a lot of that works. And I get it. If you go to the Chargers, you have a Herbert that makes your life easier. But like who's gonna be your OC? Who's gonna call offense here? And I'm like, I don't trust that. But I know we're playing the what if games. But I just feel like if he chooses, again, it sounds dumb. If you're choosing the Chargers, it's not a lock. I don't see like, oh, last piece, here we go. I just don't see from what I've seen offensively the last couple of years. Because and one more thing, this is off topic. I'm so annoyed. Whoever said on ESPN that Mac Jones, you put on with the 49ers, he would do just as good as Brock Purdy. Get out of here. No.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yes.
I can't believe the blasphemy, honestly. You're just ignoring 20 years of dominance. Like that's the craziest part to me. Like we have two professional blasphemers over here. It's like I just don't understand what more you want from this guy. Like he embarrassed the league for 20 years where the AFC Championship had his ugly mug up there, or it was like either literally Peyton, Roethlisberger, and that's about it. I can't remember who was the other ones. It's quite frankly, it's a joke to me. You know, I still think Bill Belichick.
Man. I love the history, but it's not right now.
What are you talking about right now? The hardest part, the hardest thing to do, right? You know, I'm not going to say they're the most important, but the hardest thing to move on from is a quarterback like a Brady, because he loses that locker room guy, right? Especially offensively. Now, I've said it on this program before, so don't act like I'm flip-flopping. I thought it was a terrible mistake to make Patricia the OC. I still think, honestly, it was a little bit bad idea to get Bill O'Brien as the OC. But I understand because he has the connection with Mac Jones, because I think he was at Bama at the same time with him.
Yep.
And supposedly Matt
But I think
Jones
that's
was
what I think the
texting-
1 year, with Matt Patricia screwed
That's
Mac
what it
Jones
was.
completely.
That's what it is.
I
And
truly
the
believe that.
relationship, I think, I mean, again, to everyone listening, clearly I'm not in Foxborough, so I have no idea.
You
But
could be.
I think that 1 year with Patricia, especially Patricia, I'm sure is a hard coach to be under and everything else. But
Darius
I'm
Slay
sure
said it.
that really soiled the relationship
Right.
between him and Bill. Because you look at Mac Jones and he looks so apathetic. Like he'll throw a pick and he just, all right, going back to the sideline, this, that, and that.
Well, it's
That's
not
why
that.
I think they need a split.
It's
That's
not
why I
just
think they need a
that.
They need
But
a
it's not
split.
just
They need
that,
to
it's
change the
also-
scenery.
It's also Matt Patricia. If Mac Jones probably was wondering to himself, that's the greatest head coach of all time, and he put this guy
Yeah.
to be my offensive coordinator. Like,
Yeah.
he could have easily
totally
been
agree.
turned off. Like Nick Saban talked about him. Like, nah, this is BS. And I'm
Well,
sure
'cause-
that's kind of the disconnect there.
Yeah, and I think honestly, the biggest mistake he made a little bit besides Patricia, it's like he should have tried to find maybe a little bit of a younger guy to kind of come in with Mac Jones. That way, it's not kind of like two old heads just going at it and everything else with him. And the other thing is, I personally thought Mac Jones in his rookie year looked very solid. It was Josh McDaniels. I thought, and Josh McDaniels isn't that much older or isn't like super on the older side. I think he's in his 40s or whatever, which isn't too far. But I thought he looked solid in his rookie year. I think really what screwed him was just him getting the head coaching job over there. Maybe Bill Belichick needs a little bit of an ego check too, because we talked about this. Taking a historic DC, and just saying, hey, whatever, I'm the GOAT, dude. You're gonna be the OC now. It's not an easy thing. So hopefully, this little humbling experience will feed him for the long run. Because you forget one thing, dude. Right now, I'm sure in his office, he has everything posted of what stooges like you were saying, that he's washed, he's gone, this and that and that. Especially, I'm sure he has the breakup text in there somewhere. His villain arc is coming. I don't think he's
This
done
guy's
yet.
going to McDonald's. He doesn't care about what we're saying here.
How
But,
dare you?
I can't wait for 2024. Bill Belichick hires Josh McDaniels as OC for the Chargers.
Oh, basically, yeah. He probably will come back as
I
the
think
OC,
I
actually.
think Mike Vrabel or Gerard Mayo are going to be the next head coach of the New England Patriots.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, former
I
Patriot
like
guy.
that call.
You think they would sack Vrabel? That would be such a mistake.
Or he might be like, "Hey, there's nothing left for me here. Like that team is basically cooked. Like, I don't think they're going to be good for a while. Their offensive line is bad. Their defense is bad. Derek Henry is aging. Jeffrey Simmons is like the only building
Like the
block
same
there.
roster,
No, Casey.
technically.
No, Casey.
What?
It's like the same
Casey
roster,
Simmons,
kind of.
no?
Yeah.
Yeah, in a sense it is, but
I think his biggest mistake was sticking with Tannehill, dude. There was better guys he could have found. I think
Weird
around
because
that
they've
time.
that's what Brady was talking
tried.
about too. You're sticking with him?
Yeah,
But
That's-
it's weird because they've tried. They drafted Malik Willis and Will Levis, and it's just not working over there. I don't know why.
Mayonnaise eating.
no, come on. Some of
mofo.
these guys they put in there, I've seen who they are, and I'm like, these guys are ridiculous, dude. Get them out. But that's the thing, though. It's like people don't understand, like the Trent Dilfers of the world who quote unquote manage games and make the right reads. I was talking about this the other day with one of the administrators at the high school I work at or whatever. I was like, after I saw Peyton Manning win a Super Bowl with the number one offensive line in the league, number one defense in the league, I said quarterback is overrated. You need a quarterback who's intelligent, protects the football, knows how to get in the right run checks.
Like
and
the
be
guy
a
in San
leader.
Francisco.
I was gonna say Brock Purdy.
Basically, that's what people don't get. Oh, well, that's my burial. You're about to get me started. I'm getting wound up.
Yeah,
Some
same.
people piss me off today. I'm amped up today, but
All right, what we got next? I didn't expect to have this whole.
Yeah,
Bill
yeah.
All right.
Belichick.
Let's go to our Monday
Chargers,
night
Bill Belichick.
no disrespect to GOAT.
Monday Night Football recap. The
Oh.
Raiders again.
Oh, this was
failed-
6. This was 6. I forgot about this. This was 6. That's right.
Oh, yeah.
Hit it, Fran. I'll get
Yeah,
into
it
it.
was a
right
good
now.
weekend for you.
It
The
was,
Raiders
6-0.
failed to score more than 20 points again for the first 5 weeks of this first 5 games of the season. They beat the Packers 17-13. Jordan Love throws 3 picks. Just not a good showing by either. I thought either quarterback. But yeah, it was the end was a little bit more of like the it kind of got going, but I mean, it just you're right. Another snoozer. But let me start off. Let me ask you guys: did the Raiders defense save Josh McDaniels' job with a late interception in the end zone? I have to. Well, no. I'm going to give it to Gilbert.
Yeah, me first. I think it's too soon to talk about job security, especially after Mark Davis said, "Smarten up." He's not going to do it anytime soon.
What a
And
joke.
And honestly, like I don't even know what I take away from this win for the Rays. Like you're still the same team. Like maybe the defense, I like the defense, but like the offense is just pretty bad. Like you're gonna get like maybe 17 to 20 points per game, and a couple bad passes from Jimmy G. You force a couple throws to Devontae, and maybe Josh Jacobs will get going. But the bright spots, the defense is doing well with Patrick Graham and your boy Max Crosby had a monster game.
That's not my boy. I don't.
Monday Night Football. I
garbage.
know that was a joke. But that's the only thing I take
Clearly,
away from there. But like, I guess if you go the whole season like that, and you're still getting 17 to 14 points per game, eventually, like you're not gonna win all these games, right? So it's gonna be like what, maybe 3 or 4 wins, and then maybe you consider firing the guy. And we'll see. But I think right now it's too soon to talk about saving his job after smarting up Gate.
And he still has 2 more years left on his contract. I'm pretty sure Mark Dave. We don't know what the situation is with John Gruden, if they're still paying him or what's going on there. And then obviously with Josh McDaniels, you don't want to be paying 3 head coaches. Vic, what did you feel like they saved his job?
I think they did. I mean, he was really animated once they
and he still made a mistake in the game.
When he didn't go for it on 4th down, he was Mark Davis was pissed. Like, and then he was seen before the game hitting the slots there in the he was in one of the casinos. So, Jesus. But when it comes to this team, it's hard for I being a Raider fan, it's always what to expect, especially the last 20 years. But in terms of this game, I think the frustration with this is the offense. The fact that one of the things they did was they moved Patrick Graham upstairs, and it looks like it's worked because the defense has only allowed 1 touchdown in the last 6 quarters. I mean, what they did against the last 2 quarters against the Chargers wasn't a fluke. It's starting to look like. Yeah, there you go. There's you.
I think he said go asshole.
Anybody read lips?
Yes. I think he said go asshole.
No, he put what an asshole.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah, he was not happy with that. But the reason you brought in Josh McDaniels was because you were gonna run a better offense. The reason you got rid of Derek Carr was to bring in
Jesus. Someone help Paw.
He's over there hitting the That is Mark Davis hitting the
I've never seen an owner without security ever.
Yeah.
No one probably recognizes him, honestly.
Yeah, and nobody goes and bothers him. You didn't see he didn't have to tell people to smarten up
in and out.
But just the reason you brought in Josh McDaniels was to help with that offense and kind of change the culture there in terms of what you were going to run. It hasn't happened so far through 5 games. Hopefully, I know they've had injuries. I know, Jimmy Garoppolo wasn't ready to go right off the bat in training. I mean, he was in training camp, but before that, but whatever the excuses are, and I know a lot of people are mad because Adams isn't getting the ball like he should. I know Aaron Rodgers made a comment about how they're not using them right. And if you look at the numbers, they last year everybody said the same thing about Carr, and then Carr either put way more attention on him, and he still got his numbers. Now they're like, one of my biggest problems with this Raider offense has been they haven't gotten the tight ends involved. They finally did that, and now people are mad because they're not getting the ball to Devontae Adams. So you're never going to make people happy.
It's a cycle, bro. It's a cycle. First you blame Josh Jacobs, then you go to Devontae, then you go to Jimmy G, then you go to it's just
Kobe Myers got a touchdown. How about that?
Yes.
Yeah, former Patriot.
Dan, what do you feel like they saved his job or
no? Absolutely not. Like, I think the biggest problem, which by the way, once again, Nostradamus strikes. LaFleur was getting bailed out by Rodgers. He is not the freaking wizard people think. No matter how much he pisses and moans in his press conferences, it's coming down soon. That's all I'm gonna say. I don't need to get into this. The fact that Love threw 3 picks also against not a very good defense, I guess, or whatever.
Did he just jump the
Also,
question like, all right, F the Raiders,
Looking like
let's
Tua,
go
looking
to the
like Tua
Packers.
throwing punts. I
I
can't stand
like
LaFleur.
this.
I've already said it. It's not looking good. Once again, Nostradamus strikes, but I'll go back to your question about Josh McDaniels. I just think right now what Mark Davis needs to do is he needs the number one clean house, and he needs to really take a look in the mirror from PR to everywhere, because I have never, I don't think in my life, seen a Raider game.
Well, we like
where-
PR. PR does a great job. We like them.
Okay, I'm
Good
just
people.
talking about like they need to clean up the image. Whatever. Football aspect, they for sure need a clean house, but they need to clean up their image also. Like, I have never in my life probably seen a Raider game at home where there's more opposing fans than Raider fans. Like, it's unbelievable. I mean, I guess we only mention it when it's the Chargers and stuff like that, but hey, whatever, NFL, I guess you do you. But honestly, like, I didn't understand the hire from the beginning. You've seen this guy fail before in the AFC West, so I didn't understand that. I think, he's already going into year 3 or 4, I think, right?
Yeah,
3 or
second
4?
right now.
2? Oh, it's only the second year?
Again,
Yeah.
And it's looking bad. It's looking
Feels
bad.
longer.
I mean, it feels longer, literally. I don't think they've looked very good. Vic, you probably watch more game of theirs than I do, but I don't even think you could say they're taking strides in the right direction. You know what I mean? Like,
He has
They
a
still-
worse he has a worse winning percentage with the Raiders than he did with the Broncos. That should tell you where they're at.
that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't think this is going to end very well. I understand the whole thing of giving coaches time and things like that, but if there's no vision, if there's no like direction or identity, I think, and the number one, the identity is the biggest problem, because I don't even think the Raiders are who they used to be anymore. Like, they just have a lot of problems that run deeper than football. Like I said, the Raiders not selling out or having more opposing fans, unheard of in my mind. I think they do need a clean house. They need to really bring back the old Raider way, the right way, and really try and get themselves back in like the mainstream culture like they used to be. Because I mean, hell, growing up, I was a kid. I thought the Raider jerseys were the sickest thing you'd ever see. The logo was awesome. I remember when the Raiders were on the Hard Knocks. I thought the opening was the coolest thing, with the guy talking about the poem and the Raider way and all that stuff. Like, they're just lost right now. I think they're lost at sea with no captain, and that starts with ownership. So I think really they need a clean house. I know it's only been 2 years and everything else, but I don't think they're making any positive strides. I still think they're paying a price for canning Del Rio after he went. I don't remember if he won the division or not, but making a playoff appearance and everything else. So I still think they should have gave what's his name, Biscotti? No, Bisaccia.
Rich Bisaccia.
Yeah, they should have given him a go.
All right, you're going way too long on this Raider stuff. Can we go to the Packers?
you know it's funny. Aaron Rodgers.
I was
said the
ending right
same
there.
thing the other day.
Just let me get to my
Right.
point.
Coach to history. Okay. Can we move on to the
It
Packers?
starts with everything. You can't.
I
Just
guess
look at the
Fernando
now, but
doesn't
that's
get a
the
say in
problem.
this.
That's the
It took
problem.
like 20
You
minutes
can't
with
just
this
look at
Raider.
it now. It's a deeper issue. That's all I'm saying.
All right, what we got, Fernando?
No, I gave Dan my time. Is Jordan
sorry.
Love the problem? Is he the reason why the Packers are 2-3, or is it Matt LaFleur?
I put that question on
quarterback
purpose.
in a position to succeed. Dan, go ahead.
I 100% is Matt LaFleur. We've seen this before. Like, I don't understand. Once again, someone explain it to me. I understand I'm not on these machines that tell me how to foosball, but how the hell do you have the number one offense, the number one defense, future Hall of Famer, 4-time MVP or whatever else, and you lose at home off of special teams? And it was like a 10-7 game or something like that, or
Against
whatever.
the 49ers a couple of years ago when it was snowing. And I
Yeah,
think the 49ers
exactly.
were like 8-8
Green
or
Bay.
8-9 or something. Like that.
Exactly. That's all I'm saying. I don't think really another one. Talk about not making strides. I don't think he's made strides. The last freaking season of Aaron Rodgers, and it was a stinker. I don't even think they made the playoffs. And he was pissed off. I think that's the reason why I still believe this, that he and LaFleur bumped a lot of heads, because he can't control Aaron Rodgers. Clearly, we see what he does on the daily. That's why he likes Love and all this stuff, and he wanted to shit can him as soon as he got there. So I think 100% it starts with the head coach. They have no idea what they're doing over there. It's not looking good again. Like the Josh McDaniels example, I can't even say a game where like we're making strides. So, wow, there it is. Now we got our special guest, dude.
Is that you called me?
Special guest. Look at that. That cat smelled the litter on you because you've been spreading manure the whole time, dude.
Yeah, he wanted to tell you to shut up from that 20-minute Raiders rant.
Yeah, right. Yeah, right.
Well, let me
Jack's
be quick.
trying to help Mark Davis build
Deeper
his team.
issues. I
Like,
can't
a
just
new
talk
PR,
about
a new
the surface.
image. Go back to hiring Jack Derrill. Like, oh man,
He hates
so-
analytics.
It's
but
witchcraft.
I'll be quick with my Packers one. And
Oh, Vic was
Dan-
next, but okay.
I'm gonna keep going. You guys are taking too long.
You guys.
Sorry.
Dan, I feel like you might like this one, but it is a little. It's a small sample size, but it's concerning that the last 2 or maybe even 3 games, like the Saints game where Jordan Love had a rally in the fourth quarter, there was still like scoreless for 3 quarters. So it's almost 3 games where like this offense can't do anything. And I get it, injuries are an issue there, but the last 2 games they got beat down by the Lions. Like you had some of your guys back, and then you can't even score against the Raiders. That could be on LaFleur. Like you could call out the coaching, the play calling, and then like now just getting frustration with Jordan Love. We're like that last interception, he forced that in there to Christian Watson. I'm like, what are you doing? And this is a couple of the reasons why the Packers weren't so quick to put him into the game, because okay, we got Aaron Rodgers for a couple of seasons because Jordan Love is still working through his mechanics and all the physical traits, but he's still that young guy. Like, okay, I'm gonna try to force this one in there. Like you got all the arm talent, but like stop being so frustrated. You could win the game by marching down the field. And I thought that was a really bad play on his part. 3 interceptions is concerning, and I think that falls to Matt LaFleur. How can you get this guy back on track? Because you betted that this guy was going to be better, not better, but like he's the guy to lead your franchise after Aaron Rodgers, and so far it's not working out for 2 or 3 games. I can't figure out how many games.
Vic, go ahead.
I think part of I agree with you guys. It's the coaching. I mean, you know, as you guys have talked about the history, so I'll keep it I'll keep it short on my end in terms of you also have to look at the defense, and I think you're starting to see that this Big Fangio defense is starting. The coaches who run it are starting to get exposed, and I think part of it too. Like if you look at all the draft picks, Gilbert, Fernando, Dan, they draft first round picks and they don't end up doing anything with them. They're still bad at against the run. They're still bad, you know, outside of Rashawn Gary, I think is his name, the defensive end. They continue to struggle. Kenny Clark was good last night, and then just the coaching hasn't been there from LaFleur. So I think this falls. The problem the Packers have right now has more to do with coaching, and this is where I hate when coaches throw, you know, players under the bus. Like you need to let Jordan Love develop because you have something in him. If you let him develop, then you know, I get it. He sat behind Aaron Rodgers. He should be ready to go, but not everybody is. And so this is on the coaching. So that's where I'm going. I'm with you guys on that.
Yeah, well, you have to bring guys up when you're obviously what am I trying to say? You have to bring guys up and start coaching them up. I know he had Aaron Rodgers and everything, but he should have been like, hey, one day we're not going to have him. We need to start looking at guys that we need to start looking for the next thing. I mean, Mike McCarthy, I mean, for all of his stupidity now, I mean, I'm sure he had Aaron Rodgers prepared. You look at Cam Cameron with the Chargers. It was what's the name was the head Drew Brees was a starter, but I'm sure he was getting Phillip Rivers ready. I mean, Aaron Rodgers' first season, 63% throwing percentage, 4,000 yards, 28 touchdowns, 13 interceptions. I remember they made the playoffs that year. Phillip Rivers, his first season, 61%, 3,300 yards, 22 touchdowns, 9 interceptions. So, I mean, these guys were ready to go. Jordan Love right now is almost matching Phillip Rivers' interceptions, and they're only 5 games in. 8 touchdowns, 6 interceptions. It's not all on him. Yeah. It's on the weapons. We've talked about right now about what Bill Belichick hasn't done. Same thing over here. I remember as soon as they traded Devontae Adams, everybody's like, okay, well, what's going to happen now? And they're like, oh, we're going to trust some rookies to come in like Christian Watson and some of these other guys who, yes, they had some good. They did some good, but then they also did some bad. There was one game, I can't remember what game it was, it was a primetime game though, where Aaron throws a nice 50-yard bomb to him and he drops it. He would have walked right into the end zone. So it's a little bit of everything. And then Aaron Jones just hasn't been the same. Bakhtiari can't stay on the field. So it's a mixture of everything. But like you guys have all said, it falls on Matt LaFleur and him not being ready to turn the keys over to Jordan Love. And like I think Gilbert or Vic, one of you guys said, it doesn't know, it was Vic. It's not always going to happen for everybody, but he should have been better prepared with weapons, with some other stuff. So yeah, it's just it's going to be bad, and I don't think it's going to get any prettier this season for them. I think they're only going to get worse. But I mean, we'll see. I'm sure I'm just going to say no already to this one. Can any of these teams make the playoffs? Or is it looking like a long off season? I don't think either one of these guys make the playoffs. I think they're both going to be fighting for a top pick.
Maybe a wild card for the Packers. Maybe.
I don't think so. I think what the Packers need to do is go get Joe Alt from Notre Dame, that left tackle. That guy is freaking elite. You need that guy to come in because Bakhtiari, there's something going on with that knee. So
yeah.
By the way, some people called me out for saying the weakness on this Packers team is offensive line, and like you're crazy. I'm like, Bakhtiari hasn't done anything in 3 years. Get off my lawn.
I know.
There's a star he's wishing on, Frau. There's a star he's wishing on.
By the way, I wanted to show you guys something really fast since we're moving on from this and we're going back to our week 5 takes. Gilbert, I'm sorry if I get hit. We won't get hit for this, I promise. But this is so funny. It says Bill Belichick's old spy camera from 2007 watching him start the season.
Coward. We have a new world to conquer. You make me sick. How dare you? The disrespect.
That is so good. All right. So let's go to our Compas NFL Power Rankings.
Oh, I can't wait to see yours, dude. I'm going to tell you that right now.
I will start. Whoever put LOL can go F off.
It was
number 1, the 49ers. Number 2, the Eagles. 3, the Jags. 4, the Dolphins. And 5, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
So you got to explain yourself, Fernando. With the
I want to hear about number 5.
Why? The Buccaneers are 3-1.
Coming off a bye week, they're in the power rankings.
You know what Baker Mayfield did? He went to go chill. He watched his Sooners upset Texas. He's like, you know what? I'm ready to come back. I'm ready for this game. Hey, I can't wait till we choose games in a little bit. I'm excited for that because there's one game that I have on there. But hey, start respecting the Bucs. It's I said, and Baker Mayfield said it. Baker Mayfield said it on the Pat McAfee show. You can dim me all you want. He said, when I was looking for a team, I said, okay, you take Tom Brady out of there. And if you put a serviceable quarterback in there, there's still a playoff team. That is why I decided to go to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. He's like, that was the team that I thought.
Serviceable? Wow.
He didn't say serviceable. I'm saying serviceable. But he's like, you plug me into there, and I feel like we can do some things. They've done some stuff. Yeah, they didn't play well against the Eagles. Nobody's played well so far this season against the Eagles. So I think Tampa Bay's on the up and up. I couldn't give it to the Chiefs because it's been 2 weeks in a row where there's flags at the end of the game. That to me, and I said it to you on the live. If Travis Kelce does not play this week, I'd be careful if I was them.
Broncos.
I don't know.
I hate stats where they tell you that they haven't won since, I don't know, what is it, 15? They lost 15 straight. Yeah. I hate seeing those kind of stats because you know they're doomed. You know that that streak is gonna it's not gonna
be Broncos team. From your lips frown to God's ears.
Oh, by the way, there's a job for a Chiefs beat reporter, Dan. Who should take that?
Oh, Mr. Pom Pom's over here. He loves cheerleading them the whole time. Go get some barbecue.
That's not what a beat reporter does, Dan.
What would happen?
You're gonna see Brittany, and you're gonna be like, "Yay, Brittany! Yay!" You're gonna see Jackson doing his little dances. We're gonna be excited.
He's still in jail. Okay.
What would happen to the Chiefs if he took over?
Oh, you're right. You should go over there. Jackson's in jail, really?
No,
I never see him on TV anymore. Or TikTok.
That's true.
Allegedly.
You
got whacked.
That's my thought process, and I was just kidding about that. That was my thought process on the Bucs. I think their defense is still solid. They still have Vita Vea. They have a solid group. So I'm gonna put for right now. I'm gonna put them at 5. But
I'm gonna give you one more follow-up question, Fernando. I'm just curious. Do you think Baker is better than Gardner Minshew, or it's the other way around? They're kind of the same quarterback. I feel like
they are very similar. But if I'm going to go with one, I would go with Baker. I'm telling you,
All right,
I like that.
You're in on the Bucs.
I like
And he's
that
been gotta
Baker.
give Fernando credit. He's been on it since before the season, man. Like
I liked that Baker got a
Tell
chance to be with Sean McVay. I thought that was going to help him a lot. Then that game against the Raiders, that really impressed me. There was another game where was it against Green Bay? There was a game where he went off and they were on the road. So
yeah, it
I
was
think
Green Bay.
yeah, I think Baker's going to be fine. And like I said, hopefully Mike Evans comes back for that game this weekend. We'll see what happens there. But I really do think that the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are better than what people are giving them credit for or giving them credit for. Yeah. And I think they're the top team in the NFC South, to be honest. But Vic, go ahead with your rankings.
Mine are the 49ers, the Eagles, Chiefs, Dolphins, and Lions. And I'll talk about the Lions. I'm really impressed with what I've seen, especially I think I know everybody talks about the offense, but defensively what they did against the Packers was really impressive. I think they're starting to get, they're starting to get going. I'm really impressed with what Dan Campbell is doing up there, Ben Johnson,
Let 'em know.
that whole crew. And so it's time for them to start getting their respect. They're 3-1. And they're I think the first team I saw to go back to back, going from Arrowhead to Lambeau Field and win. So I don't know what more.
And the gamblers are back. So I mean they've added. No, I'm being serious. They've added some.
James Williams did nothing
I
again.
was like,
by the way.
what? Now I get it.
Gilbert.
Put some respect on their name, Gilberto.
Okay, I thought about putting the Lions in there, but that week 2 loss to the Seahawks has me concerned. I'm not even sure if they're better than the Seahawks, and they already played them.
We're gonna find out this
and then,
weekend, though.
Well, yeah, was that the game that the Seahawks are playing?
No.
They're playing
the Lions.
They're playing
Lions
the
go to
Bengals.
Tampa this weekend.
Oh yeah, and then the Seahawks play the Bengals, so we'll find out a lot about those two teams
about
there.
both teams.
And then like this one Dan won't like, but I'll give you my 5 now. But 49ers 1, 2 Eagles, 3 Chiefs, 4 Bills. You guys removed the Bills very quickly, and 5
So
the
garbage,
Dolphins.
dude.
And the Bills already, like, this is where we have to start thinking ahead. Like, the Bills already beat the Dolphins, but the Bills lost to the Jaguars, and it's all confusing. We play that game. Who beat who? But I think down the road, they always do this. They have like a little like bad loss. They're gonna win 4 straight. So I think the Bills are still a top 5 team.
The injuries, I think, are what concern me.
Losing
Milano, that's what I was going to bring up. We didn't get to it, but losing Milano is huge because
Tre'Davious White was huge in that Dolphins game.
Yep.
Okay, fine. I'll give you guys that. But I really feel like this Bills team tends to find a way. Like, even when Von Miller went out, they still get there. But we'll find out when they play the Giants. So maybe we'll find out this week. But I am concerned about Matt Milano specifically because that guy's been doing great things there. And then they don't have like a Tremaine Edmonds to fall back on. So that's going to really test their depth there. But I just feel like the Bills find a way to still be I'm not saying they're going to be a Super Bowl champion, but they find a way to be a top 5 team. So I'm not ready to write them off yet, but I am worried about that. And then the Eagles and the Chiefs real quick. Like, I just like that they're finding ways to just win. They're not winning like sexy or pretty, whatever you want to call it.
You bet your ass the Chiefs are finding ways, dude.
Well, same Chiefs and the Eagles. They have not been pretty football. But when you go to the Super Bowl and you come back and you're hungover from the Super Bowl, whatever you want to call it, a lot of teams don't get that far. The Chiefs usually do it, but I do respect that factor. And the 49ers are just 49ers.
Yeah. Dan, do you want to give us power rankings? Or
you know what? I do want to say something. He says the 49ers are the 49ers, but who was ridiculed, Frau, when someone on this program said, huge credit to John Lynch? Who was ridiculed? Who was I ridiculed by? Everybody remembers. All of a sudden, the 49ers.
Can you give some context of what the conversation was about? You can't just say that.
It's crazy the way life comes at you, Frau, and things just turn around. All of a sudden, the guy who says
the guy who chose Trey Lance.
What about? What did he say?
The guy that chose Trey Lance.
I'm trying to remember your context of what the situation was. The conversation.
Well, look what happened. He said, let me wash my hands. It's over. It's not going to work out. And let me move on. How many other teams, I won't mention certain stooges that do this and it drives me crazy, keeps them for 4 years, cuts them, and then lets them go to Las Vegas. What kind of stupid crap is that? Guy should not even be in the league, but it is what it is.
I do respect that. He was quick to cut it off.
Hey, he also
Put me off.
drafted Brock
Put me
Purdy.
off.
He also drafted Brock Purdy.
You see what I'm saying?
All right.
I
What
just don't
do
remember
I
the
know,
conversation,
Val?
but I'll let you have your day today.
All right.
guys.
Here are the
You know what?
the power
Is that
rankings.
7 or is that 6?
That's 7. Here are the
7-0.
power rankings. Number 1, the 49ers. 2, the Eagles. 3, the Chiefs. 4, the Dolphins. 5, the Jaguars. Now let's go to our Pick'ems challenge with Kirk, the one-eyed cat. Last week's standings, Gilbert went 1-4. Let me go first with last week. Gilbert went 1-4. I went 2-3. Vic went 2-3. Dan went 1-4.
I went 7-0.
Kirk went 3-2. There's a 3-way tie for first place between Gilbert, Fernando, and Kirk. Vic is 1 game behind. No, 2 games behind. And Dan is 3 games behind.
Not a perfect weekend after all.
That was perfect.
Well, you had told me something that you wanted to tell Gilbert, that you went 1-4 this week. Why?
Oh yeah, because you had the same picks as I did. Freaking curse.
I chose the Cowboys. We have exactly the same picks here. Okay,
One game.
Oh yeah, you
you
chose
got
the
one
Patriots
game.
against the Saints, I think.
All
All right.
All right,
Whatever.
we're ready.
I
Go
did
ahead.
choose the Patriots. Yeah.
All right,
All right, here we
let's go with so we're going to be choosing Patriots at Raiders, Seahawks at Bengals, Vikings at Bears, Saints at Texans, and Lions at Buccaneers. Let's go, Kirk, with your
Okay.
picks. Kirk, the one-eyed cat, said, Gilbert, Fernando, I'm coming for you guys. Eat my litter. All right, Saints at Texans. He's going, you know what? I think I'm going to go with CJ Stroud. I like me a little CJ Stroud. All right, next one. He says Bengals at Seahawks at Bengals. He's saying, give me some of that Joe Burr. He is back, ready to roll. He's saying Patriots at Raiders. He said, Daddy, you can feed me another week. I'm going with Jimmy G. Bucs, Lions at Bucs. He's saying, you know what? I'm going to go with what my dad said, Lions. Let's go. Vikings, Bears. He's saying, you know what? Justin Fields will continue what he started last week against the Commanders on Thursday Night Football. All right, let's start it off. Patriots at Raiders. I got the Raiders. Vic,
Raiders.
Dan.
Give me the freaking Patriots. They're gonna get right this week.
Oh God. Gilbert.
No, do it, scumbag.
I just want to say it's a tough game because both of these teams are pretty bad, I think. But the Raiders just beat the Packers, so give me the Raiders in a 9-6 game.
All right. Seahawks. No, I'm gonna save this for the end. Vikings at Bears. I will go with the Bears. Vic.
Give me the Bears.
Gilbert.
I don't feel right about everybody picking the Bears, but no Justin Jefferson, so give me Chicago.
Dan.
Go Vikings.
He's trying to get back into
Name
it.
that reference. Name
Let's
that
go,
reference.
Saints at Texans. I'm going with CJ Stroud and the Texans. Vic.
Give me the Saints.
Gilbert.
Saints at Texans. Man, people are gonna tell me that I have some biases here, but give me the Texans. CJ Stroud.
Dan.
I'm going opposite of him this whole week. Give me the freaking Saints.
Is that really a tactic? Wow.
All right. Seahawks at no, I'll go Lions at Buccaneers. Give me my Bucs.
Ooh.
Gilbert.
Sorry, Dan. I'm gonna go with your Dan Campbell team.
God.
Lions.
Dan.
God dang it. Pack my mouth full of dip. Give me MCDC.
Oh, he's gonna go opposite this whole week.
Lions.
I'm not gonna let you steal it. I have to be the balance.
Seahawks at
Lindsay.
Bengals. I'm gonna go with the Bengals. Gilbert.
Yeah, I really want to go Seattle, but I think I'm back in. Joe Burrow, Bengals.
Vic.
Seahawks.
Dan.
Yeah, give me the Hawks. Good luck, Frau. He screwed you.
Hey, I already know I'm gonna win. I already know I'm gonna win the Lions at Buccaneers. So Lions are gonna be able to go with that heat. They're not gonna like that heat. It's gonna be something different.
They're gonna tire his ass out. Vita
Baker
Vea.
Mayfield is gonna exhaust that team. And it's Jared Goff at quarterback. Dan, you just trusted Jared Goff. All right, let's go
Don't
now.
start.
Let's go now to Dan and Daygo and see what he's got cooking up for us.
I know what you're saying now. You see me again. You're saying, hello, Dan and Daygo, my old friend. Well, it's good to see you all again. And let me tell you something. It is getting into that season, hoodie season. We all love hoodies, right? Shout out to hoodie season. Not only is right now the time where you're starting to get your pumpkin spice lattes and all that other crap, but let me tell you something better that'll keep you warm. Shout out to Compas on the Beat. We got hoodies over here. Go check them out. I kid you not. You know me. Dan and Daygo is always a truth teller. I kid you not. You can get that hoodie, put it on out of the package. It's going to be comfortable. I kid you not. One of my favorite hoodies that I own. Absolutely love it. I love that now we're getting into the hoodie season again. So that way I don't look like a maniac wearing a hoodie in 80-degree weather or whatever. Check it out. CertifiedCompas.shop. Go over there, order a hoodie. I'm telling you, you cannot go wrong. Black Friday's coming up. Colder weather's coming up. Christmas is coming up. Hell, for Halloween, I don't know. You want to dress up like your compas? Shout out to all you. Go and get it. Go and do it. You know what I mean? Don't worry about it. Absolutely, you will not regret that purchase. So once again, go to CertifiedCompas.shop. You will not regret the hoodie. And real quick, don't forget, check out our other shows. We got a little House of Horns. We got a little What's Up Bolts. We got a little regular Compas on the Beat. We got a little Combat Compas for everybody who loves fighting. And if you love everything, the champions, be sure to check out Compas FC over there. The lads have got you covered. But anyway, let's just get back to the program. Well, thank you, me. But guess what? I am now the freaking host. Oh, crap. I was going to. Hold on. Let me do it. Hold on. The show has commenced. No,
How do you have power for that? Who gave you control of the keys here?
I know. But anyway, we are back. Now it is time for everyone's favorite segment, especially this scumbags up top, Burial of the Week. Put me on some National Geographic, dude. That voice is pretty good. Get me on the History Channel.
Not in the pictures, right? I'm just saying.
Look at this picture, dude. I'm in a strip club, man. I'm here to work.
I'm going to start off Burial of the Week. I'm going to go with Sean Payton.
Oh, yeah.
Let's just start off with this right away.
There obviously was a lot of focus on this game. Your USA Today comments regarding Hackett. How do you look at that as a chapter in your coaching career where some people might say Hackett got revenge today?
Yeah, listen, they played better than us, and I credit Robert and that staff. They won the game, and I think that's how I look at it.
Coach, do you regret those comments, making those comments?
I already addressed that though, and it's a fair question, but I think we already addressed that the next day. All right, thank you guys.
I love how obviously I'm going to bury him because he made the comments. He took the L. I mean, the Jets came in; they were motivated. You saw CJ Ozuma. He came in. You heard his passionate speech about getting one for Hackett. Like Vic said the other day, they made him a honorary team captain. I've never seen that happen before. But Sean Payton, you keep on taking L's. I know this is all part of your master plan, I think, to get rid of Russell Wilson, to get rid of some of these guys. I wouldn't be surprised if after this Broncos game, they're going to have 10 days off. I wouldn't be surprised if they started making some moves, trading some of these guys away. Like I said, if I'm one of these contending teams, I would look at a Patrick Surtain, a Justin Simmons, Cortland Sutton, Jerry Jeudy. I try and get one of those four guys in my locker room. I think Frank Clark has also been discussed by some. I think I heard I saw something about the Raiders possibly.
Yeah, they're looking for a pass rusher.
Yeah, checking in on that.
RIP to Chandler Jones, dude.
Somebody was saying that Max Crosby should request a trade and go somewhere else.
Yeah.
I thought that was
here's a hot take. You know who I think is on the verge of that? It's got to be TJ Watt. There's no way he's not close to getting out of there and being like, hit the eject button. I'm tired.
I told you the other day, him and his brothers are very political in the sense of they don't want to look like they're like Mbappe. They don't want to look bad to the club that they're playing at. They want to be respectful. Look how many times Houston got bounced out. But yeah, Sean Payton, you said it. That was all you, dude. You fired them up. They were going to be fired up, whether it was Rodgers, whether it was the Manhattan MILF Hunter, whatever it was. You fired them up. You gave them the juice. They beat you.
lucky it
who knows
wasn't
what happens
Rodgers.
moving forward. But Vic, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna add to what you just said as well. I mean, we talked about it in rapid fire, but he's also lost to the 3 former coaches and Josh McDaniels, Big Fangio, and then you also add a Bob Boy and Mike McDaniel. So I mean, it's been really bad for him. I wonder if his legacy takes a hit now. I mean, he's won that 1 Super Bowl. He also was part of Bounty Gate. I mean, there's a lot of things here, guys, that don't look good for his
Ripping
legacy.
bongs with 15-year-olds and stuff. Yeah,
That too. And then like everybody just, I mean, we used it, but like using the picture from what's his name?
Kevin James.
Yeah, Kevin James too. Like he's become a meme now. It's not looking good. But as you talked about, Fernando, things might change for him. So I don't know if you guys haven't anybody wants to add to
I was gonna
this.
say real quick.
Of
I
course.
really wanted that video where Robert Saleh and Sean Payton met at the middle of the field for the handshake. It sounded like he said "stay humble,"
that's what
but
he
he
did.
said
Yeah.
"stay healthy." I was like, I really wanted to say "stay humble." It was "stay healthy," but everybody around with it saying it was "stay humble." I'm like,
Yeah,
oh,
that's crazy.
so
I think
nice.
one thing I'll say is this. This is exactly why Sean Payton being, in the position that he was, you don't rush into taking teams if you want to come back to coach. Should have just waited for a better opportunity. And the other thing I'll tell him is this. I don't know why he didn't take whatever he got paid at Fox to pay out the Saints. That way they didn't have to trade for him or do any of the stupid crap. Like that to me was an idiotic and ego move that it's like, I just couldn't believe that because you're already putting your team down picks just to get you like that. That's just kind of dumb in my mind, but that's why you don't rush it, dude. You don't rush over the quarterbacks. You don't rush situations.
Vic, go ahead with yours.
All right, this is my yearly rant about switching to natural grass.
You're a Swiftie now.
Yeah,
Not
like
out.
I understand that the NFL owners don't own most of these NFL stadiums, right? So let's get that out of the way. It doesn't cost you that much money to be able to switch to natural grass, whether the owners are responsible for it or not. The NFL as a league needs to do it just because you're paying so much money to these players. You want your product. By the end of the season, like, yeah, we got lucky that we got the Eagles and Chiefs, and it was a really good game. But some of these stadiums really should have, if you want your product to be on the best product available. You saw what happened with Travis Kelce, and one of the report was that the stadium in with the Vikings is supposed to get replaced because it's one of the worst in the NFL. Then you have going up to Tottenham. Is that where they that's where they play, right? In London?
Tottenham.
Yeah. They didn't use their
Come on, you Spurs.
That's
They didn't-
Tottenham?
Who are ya?
Yeah.
Who are ya?
They didn't use they used the artificial turf there instead of using natural grass. And then you saw what happened with Matt Milano there. He got hurt, and you continue to see it. I just don't understand why, if you want the best product available for your team, why you're having to use not natural grass. It just baffles me. I don't understand it. It's one of the most idiotic things I've seen from a sport, when you really don't need that. You should be able to give, if you want the best product available on the field, then go ahead and give your teams your players the best available thing, and not only without having to get for them to be injured.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. Especially when a guy like Lionel Messi, who comes from Europe, is like already saying like, "Hey, I'm not gonna play unless it's natural."
And he
grass.
hasn't,
Like,
right?
No, he hasn't played. Well, he's injured right now, but I think
Injured
he's
my ass. He's over here at bar or clubs or whatever, pretending to DJ or whatever. Frown, you're purposely trying to piss me off with this garbage type tweet.
This so for the people in audio, the reason why Dan's not happy is because I put this. Some person tweeted out, "I'm so grateful for people coming together to get the NFL to ban artificial turf.
Yeah, right.
I'm so grateful, and I know turf will be gone by the time 1989 TV is out. We are so powerful, and I know Taylor is proud that we're helping Travis and his fellow players."
Good job, Goodell. These are the kind of morons you want to attract.
What the hell is 1989 TV?
I don't know.
Exactly.
Hashtag
That's probably her
we're
stupid
peace
concert.
against turf.
I will laugh pretty hard though if the Swifties are the ones that changed to Real
That
grass.
would be
Yeah,
disgusting.
it's so incredible to me because that creates jobs, which obviously they have to water, they have to maintain it. I don't know if you guys have seen Real Madrid's new stadium, but
Oh yeah,
they do a lot of that. They have a lot of different. They have like a rotating
seven
Yeah.
different. Yeah,
yeah,
I don't
exactly.
even know how
Grasses
it
and
works.
stuff.
It looks crazy.
So I mean they should switch to natural grass and that's a problem right now that the 2026 World Cup committee has with the US right now is that they're telling them, hey, your guys' stadiums are not up to par with what we need. We need natural grass, and some stadiums I think have already said that they're going to switch, but there's one person, the owner of
they're out. They're out. LA is
who
out.
doesn't want to do it. Yeah, what?
LA is out. So if
Yeah, they don't want to do it. They don't want to do it, and so I think they're going to end up. The final's going to be in Dallas, in my opinion. I think that's where it's going to end up being. But Dan,
before
go ahead with
I
your
gotta
burial.
make one more point.
Yeah,
By the way,
yeah.
I was rewatching because of you, Fernando. I was rewatching The Longest Yard, and
yeah.
even in the prison movie, they had natural grass. So that just tells you, in a football field, in a prison, they had natural grass. So
exactly.
I would have been more shocked at that artificial turf for a prison, but I get the point though. Like, it's so much
remember
easier
when
to
they're
have
when the guards are warming up and stuff, it's all natural grass where they're like, obviously the
They
inmates
put the
have to be
inmates
in
on the turf.
Yeah,
Hey, that's
exactly.
honestly, if you want to see what Dan practiced on all his high school career, he was one of the inmates. They would practice on a dirt field.
All it was dirt, baby, and we worked out in a shack.
Dan, one time was so mad at a guy.
Dirt.
I was there. One time he was so mad at a guy, he grabbed him and he just shook him up and down and hit his head against the ground. And he's like, "Don't F with me." And then I just started laughing. I was like, "Oh God." I'm like, he really he wasn't happy there. But Gilbert, go ahead with your I'm interested with
Gilbert or Dan?
Gilbert, I'm interested in this one.
All right. Yeah. Before I get to that one, I'm just gonna do you a favor, Dan. I'm gonna bury myself real quickly because it was a rough week.
Shout out.
The type of guy that I am, I'm gonna own my L's, my mistakes. Not like Sean Payne a few weeks ago saying, "What's the question?" Getting annoyed. He actually did better this week with that video you showed me. But yeah, all my picks were pretty horrendous. The Jaguars beat the Bills. I thought the Bills were gonna win. The Cowboys got their butts whooped. Fantasy football, I took L's to Fernando. My guy Anthony Richardson can't even stay healthy anymore. I'm giving up on him. I still love the guy, but come on, stay healthy. Overall, it was a bad weekend for me, and I was doing okay for the first month of the season. I started bragging a little bit. That's why I did that Thursday show with the picks. But when you get a little big headed, you come down. So I'm gonna stay humble, like Robert Saleh did not tell Sean Payton. And moving on now to my real burial of the week is I like to eat chips, man. Sometimes I want to go for a snack run. I go to my local store here, and I just lose it every time I go to the chip aisle. And I see little bags like this that used to cost us $1 back in the day or $1.50. They're not going for $5, and I'm like, you're not getting my money for $5 for these bags. And I don't know if I'm getting old, where the prices are so much different nowadays, but I don't want to pay $5 for chips. But that's inflation. I don't know if you guys have noticed this. I've seen like a trend on TikTok, like saying, "What's going on with the chips right now? It could be $5, $6. They're really expensive right now."
This body does not intake chips anymore.
Anymore? Okay.
Go ahead. Oh, before, yes, but no, not anymore. Dan, go ahead.
I was gonna say my burial of the week. Oh, it was gonna be games in London, but I switched it to what Michael Irving said about how we take Brock Purdy over Justin Herbert and stuff like that. I think
that's that.
Hold on, let me grab that for you, Dan.
I thought I sent it. Yeah,
I got it.
Pull it up. Yeah, watch this.
And I thought Mac Jones and Brock Purdy comparison was bad.
Let me get that for you, Dan.
All right. Basically, okay, here we go. I was about to say the cocaine's coming back from the Cowboys.
Hold on, here it comes. It might be a little low, but
yeah.
Justin Herbert has done great. I love him. He's a physical freak and a talent, but I ain't taking him over Brock Purdy. It's the dispensing thereof. Now, we think somebody can run and somebody can jump. He's great.
Can't really hear it, but I got the
Okay. I didn't know if that was just me. Basically, he says that he would rather take Brock Purdy right now because he's making all the right decisions or whatever, or he's looking better, whatever you want. I think it is so idiotic, and I think honestly negligent. But again, I have to remember that these guys are just former players. They're just there to talk. They're talking heads. They just are there to eat up airtime because they're not the journalists or the researchers or whatever. I've said this day in and day out. Put freaking Justin Herbert on some of these Kansas City teams, or just right now on the freaking 49ers team or the Dolphins. Super Bowls, dynasties, easy. Because you look at the raw talent and what he's had to deal with since he's entered the league, there's no comparison. Give me Justin Herbert over everybody. Give me Justin freaking Herbert over everybody. The guy can run. He can sling it from anywhere. He can hit anyone all across the field. What's the cardinal sin? Don't throw across your body. I've seen this fool throw bombs across his body to receivers deep. It's just idiotic. I think it's negligent. You give him that offensive line, run game, and weapons, he's going to throw for 10,000 yards. You'd never believe it.
By the way, today I was talking with Khalil Mack and some of the defensive linemen, and I just hear, "Excuse me," and I'm like, "Oh my God, I'm so sorry, Justin." He's like, "No, it's cool, dude. Don't worry about it." I'm like, "Oh, okay." I was in his way, so I apologize.
Right.
Get out of his way, damn it. Get out of his way. Son of Odin needs to get through.
Yeah,
Jesus.
I will take Justin Herbert all day. Well, besides Patrick Mahomes and Joe Burrow, but this
this is
slow down.
Can I just say, like,
L takes and you're piling them up. You're piling them up.
Okay.
What a joke.
I'll say this. I've seen the 49ers a couple of times, and as you guys talk about, like, I don't know why people get so upset when you say if a quarterback is a game manager. He's a game manager, guys. Like, I don't understand. He's the right guy for this system. But the thing is, he misses throws a lot of the times. Like, I know a lot of people are like, well, he went 21 of 22 the other game against the Cardinals. Yeah, but he still was getting bailed out by some of his receivers. You know, if you look at the tape, he's not that great, but he works for this system. And some of the throws he makes are a lot like Jimmy Garoppolo makes, but nobody talks about those things. And then people are going to be
not agreeing here.
I'll say this. I agree with that, but the one thing is Jimmy G used to take chances and he would turn the ball over. Brock Purdy doesn't turn the ball over, so I think that's the differing vision between Brock Purdy and Jimmy G.
He's better than Jimmy G. Can we just say
he's better. No, he's better. But if you look at
you
look at the completion percentage in terms, he's doing the same thing, but he just fits better. He fits better for this offense.
Yeah,
but I think people. Yeah, but people take it way like people are gonna think we're hating on him here on this. We're not. We're going off of what Michael Irvin said. But I think also they try to elevate him. Like, and I was gonna ask you guys this. That's why when we did rapid fire, I was gonna ask if Tua and Brock Purdy should be in the MVP conversations because they're in the top 3. But that's why I changed that. I was like, who's more important to their team? Because I already know what the comments are going to be if we tried hating on Brock Purdy.
I would take right now. I'll give you this right now. Give me a team to start with Brock or Tua. Give me Brock every day, dude. I think Tua, they've already shown he's expendable. They almost won a damn playoff game against Gilberto's Bills over there with the third-string quarterback or whatever.
Skylar Thompson.
Yeah, Skylar Thompson. I know. I know who it is. Now they got Mike White. Mike White might be taking some reps, dude, pretty soon. We'll see if the UFC paid off in the offseason or not. But I would take Brock. Give me Brock. Brock, I think, has a little bit stronger of an arm also. He knows how to get the ball there.
Those touchdowns to George Kittle were really nice, by the way.
Yeah.
Those throws are really good.
Who's?
Especially
George Kittle touchdowns.
The other one throws punts, dude.
The end arounds, that 31-yard one. He was like, he had a guy coming right at him, and he's like, zoop, and he zipped it through.
Calm in the
Other
pocket.
guys might have gotten nervous.
I think he's higher than a game manager, Vic. I feel like he's could be a guy who could be a top 10, top 12 quarterback in the league, but it does make your life easier when you have the great talent. But those throws, I go back to the throws where he's moving out of the pocket and doing the things that, not saying like Herbert level, but they're up there. I think they're top 12, and I really like seeing that. But I think to me, a game manager is more like, you can't decide if it's 16 or 17, like in the middle of the pack, and 16 could be good enough to win you some games. But
we should have this conversation for rapid fire. Where would you put Brock Purdy right now? Because trust me, if we do this, is he better than this quarterback?
Gilbert,
We
Is
could
he
do
better
that
than
game.
Kyler? Is he better than Kyler
Good one,
Murray?
100%.
Yeah, for sure.
Is he better than Desmond Ritter?
Oh, for sure.
100%.
Lamar
Yeah.
Jackson?
Yes.
Yes.
Josh Allen?
Look how he
No,
hesitates,
no.
Frau. Look how he
Bryce
hesitates.
Young?
Oh,
Yes.
of course.
Justin Fields?
Yes. Wow, that's crazy.
Justin
Joe
Fields played
Burrow.
well the last 2 weeks. I like
Joe Burrow, no.
Deshaun Watson?
Yes.
Yes.
Dak Prescott?
Yes.
Yes.
Russell
Look how he
Weirdo?
hesitates.
Yes.
Who was the last one?
Russell Weirdo?
Who are ya? Yes.
Jared Goff?
Yes.
That's tricky. I like golf lately.
Jordan Love?
Yes.
Yes.
CJ Stroud?
Yes.
Yes. It's close.
Anthony Richardson?
Yes.
Yes.
Trevor Lawrence?
Yeah. No.
No.
You try to slip that one in, you dirty bird. How dare you?
Patrick Mahomes?
Yes.
No.
I don't know.
He's like top 12, right? Like something like that.
Jimmy G?
Yes,
Yes.
of course.
Justin Herbert?
No. God, no.
Matthew Stafford?
Yes.
No.
Tua Tagovailoa?
Yes.
No.
Kirk
Are
Cousins?
you serious?
Yes.
Wind it back. There is no way you are telling me Brock Purdy
Mac
is not better
Jones.
than
I've been
Tua.
impressed with Tua the last when he's healthy. That's my
Oh
thing.
my
Mac-
God.
Mac-
Yes, Mac
No,
Jones.
hell
is
no.
better. Yes, he's better than Mac Jones.
I think
Derek
Tua was
Carr?
like top 10,
Yes.
top number 11, maybe.
Derek Carr?
Yes.
Of course.
Daniel Jones?
Yes.
Yes.
The Manhattan MILF Hunter?
Yes.
Jalen Hurts?
Yes.
No.
Oh, wow. Jesus.
We're
I'll
at
give-
6, guys. We're at 6.
I'll give Jalen Hurts credit.
Oh, hell no.
I'm just kidding on that one. I'll give
Geno
Jalen Hurts-
Smith?
Yes.
No, I like Gino lately.
Oh my God. I can't even say
You
what I
have
wanna
Brock
say
Purdy as
to
the
you right
top
now.
7 quarterback. Get out of
I
here.
can't believe you would put Tua
Baker
over him.
Mayfield?
Joke. Yes.
Yes, Brock Purdy is better than Baker. Yeah.
You guys are smoking. Ryan Tannehill?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, much better.
Sam Howell?
Yes.
Yes.
Vic, what are we at?
Top 7 quarterback right now.
All right.
Who else is there? Is that it?
According-
Yeah,
That's
those
it?
are all the starting quarterbacks.
Hey,
So
but when we
Brock
went through
Purdy
the
is-
list, Vic, you're feeling better about, or I guess feeling.
that's why I'm
worse.
saying. That's what I'm saying.
I can't believe you on this program just stated
Tua's
Brock
been playing
Purdy
well.
is not better than Tua Tagovailoa.
I'm saying I'm
That's
not.
a joke.
It's close.
All right.
But like,
That's
all right,
a
whatever. Let's
joke.
move on. We have.
Let him
minute
know
and
how to
20.
How
roll.
wrong he is in the comments.
Robert De Niro has a great filmography and some of the best films, including working with great directors. One of the great directors is Martin, Scorsese.
Scorsese, a paisan.
Okay, there you go.
Respect.
Thank you. The two have a movie called Killers of the Flower Moon. Holy crap. Set to hit theaters this month. This
Oh,
will be his
really?
11th project with the director and the actor have done together. What is your favorite De Niro film, Gilbert?
Man, now if I would have read the question, could have been like, "What's your favorite?" It's Scorsese. You messed me up now.
You picked
Oh
it
my
too. You
God.
picked
Scorsese.
Yeah, okay, there you go. I got one. You're right.
Scorsese.
yeah. Scorsese.
Scorsese.
I'd never
But yeah,
even
they've done a
heard
lot
of
of
that.
movies together.
You never even heard of him?
Really?
know what we're
The
doing.
direct- even I know that
Wow.
one.
You look at
I
that.
don't know
Gilbert
what
has
we're
an
doing on
advantage
this
over
program.
Fernando.
I got a
Any
guy
type of
saying-
Italian mafia gang movie, like he's the one that's producing it. or
Goodfellas.
directing
I
it.
can't believe we
Yeah.
got a guy saying Tua's better than Brock, and we don't even know who Martin Scorsese is up in this mother. What are we doing?
Okay, Martin Scorsese. There you go.
Oh my goodness.
What was it? Okay, I got sidetracked, but yeah, that would have been a separate good question. But Robert De Niro has a bunch of good movies. I could have maybe even gone like Raging Bull or something like that. But I really like Casino because
That was a good one.
That's
yeah,
a Martin Scorsese and De Niro
Another one?
movie.
there you
Yes.
go. See,
Yeah.
maybe that question would have been tricky because I couldn't figure out which is which.
That's
for
why
me.
I changed it to just De Niro because I didn't think. But look at you, man! You surprised us.
That's kind of why I like those Italian kind of like mafia movies, and
Yeah,
I like when they're tied in
over
with,
there.
with Vegas and casinos because I lived there. So casino, and then that car exploding, you got to see that,
Speaking-
Fernando. Pretty
Speaking
cool.
of Vegas,
Good movie.
Gilbert. Oh no, it's in Abu Dhabi. Damn it. Christian Oliveira is pulled out of his match against Volkanovski. He will now be fighting Islam
Oh
and
damn.
defending
Oh,
his
rematch.
UFC lightweight championship against Volkanovski.
Breaking news or what?
Yeah, it just went down about 30 minutes ago.
Nice. It's a
That
good
is
one.
crazy. Too bad it's in Abu Dhabi. Vic, go ahead.
For me, it's the #1 movie. It's The Goodfellas. Is another connection between Martin Scorsese
Classic.
and De Niro. I mean, you can't go back. R.I.P. What is his name? Why am I
Ray
forgetting his
Liotta. What are
Ray
we doing on
Liotta.
this
I know.
program?
Sorry, I had a brain fart
No, I
about Ray
know, I
Liotta,
know.
but
The other
R.I.P.
two are
to
worse.
Ray Liotta. The last movie he did was Cocaine Bear.
I was gonna say, yeah.
He was hilarious in that. But yeah, that was it. It's a great movie. You can't go wrong. I was surprised. I left it blank for you guys to see what you guys would pick, and once I saw nobody pick the Goodfellas, I had to jump on there.
Figured
But
that would be, yeah. I was like,
Dan, go
that's
ahead.
too on the nose. One of my favorite De Niro movies is Heat. I think it has one of the greatest action scenes in it, and my favorite part is
Better than Anakin and Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Get out of here, Frown. Don't start with more of your blasphemy. But anyway, I love it also because it's one of the first films where people actually reload their firearms, and then they have more realistic movements and scenes with that sense. So I loved Heat. I thought it was good. Then you have Al Pacino in it. Absolute great film. So I'll give me Heat.
did you hear they're doing he's gonna do the second one?
I don't
And
need to
they're
see it. I'm good. I already saw him
Yeah?
try and kick someone in Irishman, and I was scared his life alert.
No,
was
no,
about
no.
to go off.
They're doing Heat 2. They're doing Heat 2, but they're gonna bring. I think Adam Driver is gonna be one of the leads.
Remake? I'm good. I
No,
don't wanna see
no. Like it's like so he put out a book about it, and now he's gonna make Heat 2 a separate movie.
Oh, maybe we'll see if it's good.
Hey, he's
I
still,
don't
he's
like
still
the- I don't like
young, Dan. He,
time.
Robert De Niro's having like his 20th baby, age 80, so he's still going.
Both
man.
of them, Al
Don't
Pacino
even
and
don't
Robert.
even get that started because I think his wife, girlfriend, whatever, is like in her 40s or 50s. Like that's already kind of some weirdo stuff there. But I think that's so. I mean, in my mind, honestly, that's kind of almost negligent to have a kid that late, just because, like, dude,
Don't let Fernando speak on this, but yeah,
you're gonna be dead before you get to before he gets to like middle school. Like, what are we doing over here?
Why do I picture Fernando thinking like, he could have gone younger? Like,
Oh, I was actually looking at something, but yeah, no, definitely, yeah, he could have. How old is she?
I don't know.
40 or 50. He's like 80.
I thought it was around there.
Oh my God,
Maybe
Hugh
60.
Hefner was still having kids late in his.
Exactly, negligence.
Wait, somebody else, Al Pacino did too.
Yeah, he just had a
negligence. How many more times I have to say it? Doesn't matter who it is.
He didn't believe her, so he had her take a
paternity
paternity test, and it turned out it was his.
Damn.
I know I'm about to get creamed because all you guys chose like his what's it called, his gangster movies. But this is what I'm going
No,
with.
these are great too.
It's a classic though.
Yeah.
I had no idea you could milk a cat.
Yeah, you can milk anything with nipples. I have nipples.
Can we change subject?
Can you milk me?
See, this is the thing. I like De Niro because he has range. Like he's not just a mafia guy. He went over to comedy. I think he's been good. Like what was the one with Zac Efron? Dirty Grandpa.
Oh,
like,
Bad Grandpa.
He also did Analyze This and Analyze That.
I thought those movies.
The Intern.
The Intern. I actually really like that.
That
Daniel
was
trash.
Trash film.
My mom and I really like
okay.
that movie. Daniel just hates the part with like the Anne Hathaway situation. So
He was
he
annoying
sees-
though.
he sees that as a no-no, I guess.
Don't commit adultery.
Hey, if Anne Hathaway is dressed like Catwoman, I wouldn't either. But definitely, definitely.
I was gonna say we should do like the I think it was a Second Neighbor movie with Seth Rogen where they all dress up as Robert De Niro characters.
Oh,
We should do that for Halloween.
That would be funny.
Real
Oh,
quick,
there's gonna be a suit, literally.
Just real quick for Una Mas. Just wanted to see if you guys had seen this video. I always come with amusement rides. You guys see that?
Why is that your thing?
Jesus.
What was that?
Some guy like
Like,
must have
didn't?
crapped him.
Oh, sorry.
I think he crapped
Well,
himself
read
on
the
a ride.
caption. It says right there. He pooped.
Look at that.
Oh,
my
is that real?
God.
Oh, they hit them?
Yeah.
That's literally your L take on Brock versus Tua right there, just flying in the air, landing on people. There it goes.
Somebody goes, I mean, was the dude naked sitting backwards with his ass sticking out?
Yeah, that is weird.
Yeah, how
I
does that
could
come out like that?
I don't know. I could have told you what Dan would have done. He would have gone to the ride to the front of the line. He would have found whoever it was, and he would have beat the crap out of them.
I would have beat the shit.
Oh man, I can just picture that. Who's the guy that shot at himself?
Oh,
Dude, it's not even that bad of a ride. Like, good God.
But obviously, we appreciate you guys so much for checking out another episode of Compas on the Beat. This was the Dan Classic, obviously, with all the stuff he was saying.
7-0.
Definitely
This is
appreciate
your
you guys
episode, sir.
again for jumping on and listening. Don't forget, if you guys are on Apple, Spotify, whatever, on audio, make sure you guys drop a rating, give us that 5-star rating. Because obviously all we bring is entertainment. And I know our boy Jorge keeps on every week. He asks Gilbert on the live, where's the start? Oh no, he said that once. Where's the start of the show? That was pretty funny. But definitely, we're always bringing the heat. Vic, Gilbert, Dan, myself. But again, we appreciate you guys so much. Don't forget, if you guys have a question or a comment, make sure you guys leave it below in the comment section. We will get to it. But obviously, we appreciate everything. Don't forget to check out What's Up Bolts. Chargers play the Cowboys this on Monday Night Football. Dan and I will have the preview ready for you guys. Probably drop in Friday. Yeah, because it's a
Monday
different
night.
week this week, so everything gets moved back. So Friday we will drop the episode. I think the Rams play
The Cardinals
at home, so it's going to be a quick
dumpster
turnaround
fire
for them. Are you going to both games?
Probably not. I'm going to Cowboys Chargers.
Look at
I thought
this fool.
Double
dip.
If you had to choose right now, who are you going with?
For what?
Who's going to win that game?
Oh, the pick?
Yeah.
That was a really difficult one, but I went Chargers. Sorry.
Make sure you guys check out
the division. Is that not bad enough?
the Cardinals are not as bad as everybody thinks. I'm sure they'll give the Rams a run for their money. So the House of Horns will have all that for you. Make sure you guys check out everything else on Compas on the Beat Network. Again, we appreciate you guys so much. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Be a compa, tell a compa about what your compas on the beat are doing. Thank you guys so much for the time being. Gilberto, sabes que vámonos.
Yeah, let's go and watch more Robert De Niro movies. And you better learn that director's name, Fernando.
Yeah.
I
I got other stuff too.
And then enjoy the week, because next week I'm going to do so much better. But on that note, ya nos vamos, pues vámonos.